Welcome to this Wait Fire YouTube video, where today we're going to be reviewing one of the new sets of German infantry for World War One from Wargames Atlantic. So this is the box we'll be looking at. Very nice new miniatures that have just arrived. Wargames Atlantic are a relatively new company on the circuit. Got a rather eclectic mix of plastic miniatures out at the moment, with some fantasy, some sort of alternate science fiction miniatures, and this will be the first foray that I'm aware of into the historicals for them, but I think they've got plenty of other stuff planned. So let's have a look in the box. So this is the box of miniatures. You can see there's some nice art on the front. It's Peter Dennis art. You see a lot of that around in Osprey books, but also miniatures these days. You've got some painted miniatures here showing off the different ranges, so the different options of headgear you can see as well, including gas masks, Stahlhelms, Velmets and Pickelhaube, and some of the different weapon options as well, including the machine gun and different hand weapons and so on. Retail price is £25. You can see I got this one slightly discounted. 30 miniatures, £25. That's pretty much the sort of standard level these days for these plastic sets, and it's pretty good value really. It's a relatively thick box. Again, the back, to be honest, the back, I think they could have done a little bit more here. It's a bit, doesn't say a lot, to be honest. Basically just a return of the front. But you know, what do you expect? It's packaging, it's fine. Okay, so let's have a little look inside. So it's the first time. There's no, unlike say Perry miniatures, there's no leaflet to give you sort of instructions for uniform details or anything like that. And it looks like there are 5 identical sprues. So for 30 figures, if my maths is correct, it should be 6 miniatures on each sprue. And here we are. I think, let's have a quick look, check that they are all identical. They, yep, they appear to be all identical. So, what have we got? So we've got 6 torsos, so all the legs and the bodies are attached together, with leading up to the neck. So we'll have a little closer look at some of these here. Okay, all on a plastic base, but you could clip that off if you really wanted to sort of pin the feet or anything like that. Let's start at the top. So what do we have heads wise? We've got quite a lot of different heads actually. So let's have a little look at these ones here. Right, so these ones, if you can see them against my hand there, we've got a series of Pickelhaubes with the cover on, which was how they would have been worn in combat in the First World War. They would have gone to war without the cover on in, say, the Franco-Prussian War, but the glinting of the brass attachments would have perhaps given things away, so they had these covers on. So we've got 2, 4, 5, 6 Pickelhaube heads, and then an officer's head. We've got 6 Stahlhelms, so I think the Stahlhelm came in 1916. Actually, this pack says it's from 1916 to 18, but actually these uniforms, and I'm sure you could use these from 1914 onwards. I can't think there's anything that's changed particularly apart from the helmets, which you've got options for. At the other end of the sprue, we've got 6 Velmets. These would have been worn not really in a combat setting, but certainly in trench raids and stuff like that. It's a soft cap. It's more relaxing and comfortable than the other headgear. And then we've got 6 here with the gas mask on. I think these are brilliant with the gas mask. You don't get enough miniatures with gas masks, to be honest. And gas was used a lot in the Second World War. Sorry, First World War. Jeez. And these are all attached. So the gas mask face and the helmet are attached, so they all go on together. I'm actually tempted to not only use these for these World War I models, but actually to use them as a crossover to some weird war stuff I do. So Conflict 47, I'm actually going to use those helmets there. Another nice feature about the helmets as well, going back to the these Stahlhelm ones, is that you could use these for some World War II stuff as well, either sort of last levy defence of Berlin stuff, home guard sort of things, or the Hungarian army. Hungarians had a helmet that was quite similar to the First World War style helm, may even have been identical, and it certainly wouldn't look out of place. So I think that's another good option for using the sprue. What else have we got? Well, we've got a bunch of rifles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 8 rifle types. Only one without hands attached to it, so that one can be used for scenery, of course, but the others have to be on the model. We've got one small SMG here. Now, interestingly, this small SMG was also used in the early days of World War II, particularly in the invasion of Poland or the Low Countries. So you could use that, definitely, transfer that to a World War II setting. We've got I think it's the 0815 machine gun here. So this was often fixed, but obviously it could have been carried into combat as well. Pretty hefty piece of work, to be honest, but you've got that as an option. Those are our main weapon options, but we've got a few other options as well. So we've got some trench warfare options. We've got a pistol, a Luger by the looks of it, which either could suit an officer or someone trench raiding. Obviously the ubiquitous sharpened shovel. I forget the word for this, but it's like a series of potato mashers, grenades stuck together. So that would have been sort of an anti-tank, sort of an early rudimentary anti-tank weapon. Got another pistol up here. Actually, that's not a Luger, this is a Luger. And a couple of grenades as well. What else do we have on here? We've got a whole bunch of hand grenades, steel grenades, that don't have hands on them. To either go in the... actually, there aren't any empty hands, are there really? So they don't... There's one empty hand, so they might go in an empty hand, but you can just go on the back of equipment, or if you're building a trench or something, put them around there. And again, they could cross over to World War II without any problem. We've got, I don't know if this is this the gas mask? I'm not sure if this is the gas mask. I think it probably is. So it's a little container with that. What else have we got? We've got an ammo box here for the submachine gun. One loose helmet, just the one loose helmet without a head attached. So again, nice for scenery or perhaps to hang on a belt. We've got some ammo, some extra ammo bandoliers, got waist belts, got a set of binoculars. Got the usual knife and trench spade here. So that was worn throughout World War I and World War II, basically the same model. I think that, yeah, that's pretty much it. What have we got? Ah, here. Oh, that's nice. I hadn't seen that. So I don't know if you can see here. This is a mace for clearing out trenches. So this again is another nice thing to. You wouldn't use it probably wouldn't use it going over the top. But if you were raiding a trench, you would use this as a silent way of dispatching the sentries that you might come across. So, like I say, they are all identical sprues, 5 identical sprues. I really like them. Let's have another closer look at what some of the miniatures actually. So you can see a couple of miniatures, 2 upside down, 2 around. You can see that their arms are separate, and if we flip them over, you can see that on the back they've got the haversack and the canteen. They wouldn't cross over very well to World War II, these bodies. These are very much, the uniform is very much specific to World War I with the puttees and the cut of the jacket and the water bottle as well, actually. So, yeah, but I think, you know, plastic miniatures in World War I, there aren't a lot out there. These are incredibly good value, incredibly good quality. I expect to see a lot of these used in a variety of different games going forward, so I think they're really, really good. I love this guy as well, as a pickle alb wearing guy here with a pickle alb wearing guy with a pipe in his mouth. You could just see him marching with this marching arm. You know, he'd be fantastic. Yeah, a huge amount of potential here. I think they're a fantastic set. Well done, Wargames Atlantic. You've picked there's a gap in the market here for World War I miniatures. There's not a lot out on the market, virtually none in plastic that I'm aware of. And not only that, you've produced some really, really good quality ones, so well done. I'm looking forward to painting these up. And here we have my first 1916 era German infantryman put together. So looks very nice, standard layout, rifle, trenching tool, Stahlhelm. I haven't put his gas mask on. That's good. So these look very nice. A little bit of cleaning up to do, but nothing too terrible. Most of the bits are got multiple points of joining onto the sprue, so 3 or 4 points is quite typical. So there's quite a bit more cutting off and trimming down than maybe some other, say, Perry miniatures or Warlord miniatures, but it's not a problem. It's great. The posing is great, and look at his face. He is cross, isn't he? He is cross, this fellow. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, look at that face. Ah, arg. Let's put him down next to another miniature who I've already painted. So this is a miniature from Great War Miniatures, and you can see that the scale is pretty darn good. Now, the Great War Miniatures, of course, is on a base, but it's a Warlord base, which is very, very shallow actually, so I don't think there's a lot of difference there really in height at all. Yeah, really good, really nice fit, good scaling with a commonly used brand. I don't have any other miniatures actually from other companies. I only have Great War and these ones, so I can't see any other scales, but I don't think there'll be a lot of difference. Really, really good. I'm impressed. So I hope you like that review. Please check out our other videos. Please like, comment and subscribe, and check out the Way to Fire Facebook page and listen out for the Way to Fire podcast. Thanks very much. Bye.